It's day 2 of the 2024 Big South Outdoor Track and Field Championship from Vert Stadium here in High Point, North Carolina. As the skies have cleared and it's hotter today than it was yesterday as we get set for more action on this Tuesday. Hello again, everyone. Corey Hodges alongside Mike Guerriere. Let's take a look back at some of our award winners already so far. These are day 1 results, Mike, and Jessica Beach, of course, had a fantastic performance in women's hammer, as did Keandre Davis, both for USC Upstate. Brianna Moore, of course, with that long jump. But the one that I wanted to ask you about, these two in particular, Reed Holloway for the men's pole vault and Easton Birch, men's javelin for the Panthers and the Spartans, respectively. Yeah, strong start for USC Upstate yesterday in the day 1 activity. Again, it was a busy Monday all over the place. You've already seen some of the winners from yesterday. Here are some runners to watch for our day 2 window of broadcast coverage here on ESPN+. Of course, Lindsey Cooper for High Point, Mike, we know that. Daynitra Hester also for the Panthers. But 2 more to watch. Destiny Walls for Charleston Southern, also Brianna Malone for High Point. But a lot of Panthers on that women's side, runners to watch.
And we'll touch on Destiny Wallace here for just a moment.
Langley Jr. with a win in the 200-meter preliminary. Ferguson second in the 1,500-meter preliminary race yesterday. It was Langley Jr. and Dudley who were first and second in that men's 200-meter preliminary. Let's step aside, get ready for action to start next on ESPN+. We're back to High Point after this on a Tuesday. Glad to have you with us.
This is a story about strength.
We're back here in High Point, North Carolina. We've got a lot coming up. And with some weather around the area, Mike, I mean, it's not really threatening right now. We have just a small little thunderstorm cell or two just above in the Winston-Salem, just south of Danville, Virginia area, but it's not here yet. But we're moving around. We are looking right now at some pole vaulting that's also going on right now concurrently with the time ticking down for the men's decathlon, which is coming up. But pole vaulting is now going on. We're also checking out triple jump here shortly as well. So we're kind of starting our broadcast window fast and furious with really almost 3 sports that'll be going on consecutively. We mentioned the pole vault going on right now. You see it on your screen, the women's pole vault. And, of course, that's an event that has 6 of 7 entrants being High Point Panthers. Angie Davis, Caitlin Green, Ava Bugenhagen, Caitlin Richards, Grady Moyer, and Ariane Viola for High Point. There's a number of those High Point Panthers over there. Daphne Bogert is the lone non-Panther for UNC Asheville. So, again, that's going on right now for women's pole vault. And on the other side, triple jump on the men's side is getting ready to start. Already has, and they're in the middle of that now and getting things going on the triple jump side. Mike, that's a event to watch because with USC Upstate, especially on the men's side, just 3 points right now behind High Point. That's a triple jump to watch because there are 3 Spartans in that one. Bryce Ravenel, Xavier Stone, Michael Moody for USC Upstate. As you just saw some of the Spartans, we look back over towards the pole vault side as well, that lone bulldog. Yeah, we've got good competition on both sides, especially on the men's side and on the women's side as well. We touched on this yesterday. Mike will do it again for High Point men's track and field, Big South champions 2021 and 2023. Same thing on the women's side, and of course it's here at Vert. It's a good time to be a Panther because of course High Point hosting this event, but look at their run of success the last really 2+ years.
We didn't see very many day 1 Panthers participate.
7 minutes away from our first race of our broadcast window, and that's that men's 1,500 decathlon. There's a look back over now to the men's triple jump, which is currently in progress. I know we touched on that. That's one of the 2 Winthrop Eagles in that triple jump. Kenneth Williams Jr., also Marion Jamison part of that. That's one in the background, one in the foreground there as the triple jump takes place right now with Winthrop. Especially on the men's side, you look at that, Winthrop with 21 points. They're 3rd from the bottom, so looking to have a good triple jump to start kind of the second half of the Tuesday window of action. Tried to get there at about 2-3 o'clock. Of course, now that we're just past 5 o'clock, it's cooled a bit, but it's still low 80s, and that's going to obviously cool as we go, but this is the warmest of our 2 days so far. It's expected to be even warmer tomorrow. Due to that, there has been a couple of thunderstorms that have been spotted on the radar around the area, but that's actually a look at our weather right now. Thanks, guys. 82 degrees. Thankful for the wind there, west-southwest, and, of course, cloudy skies that will be part of those surrounding thunderstorm cells as you see everyone kind of gathered here at Vert. But that is something to watch. It might play a factor around 6 o'clock maybe, but unless the radar really changes, I'm not seeing a big cell. But if there's lightning in the area, of course, we would have to stop competition until we get that out of the way.
We are the Big South, where winners are made.
This Big South broadcast is being brought to you in part by Hercules Tires, ride on our strength. You can visit HerculesTires.com. By First Citizens Bank, forever first. By CertaPro Painters, choose happy, choose CertaPro Painters. And by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. No doubt Graham, one to watch, his personal best of 4:36.48. Then Cole Wilson, a season best of 4:48.21. Continues to be Wilson and Graham as they work their way along the backstretch. Felix LeBlanc of High Point in the third position. Tagging back there as well is Will Reeves, who runs fifth for High Point. And Andrew On breaking up the group up front. On had a good Monday as well. He challenged Wilson among others, so watch On, who right now runs fourth. And Wilson continuing to lead Graham. It's a pretty tight trio up front now. Felix LeBlanc with the victory. Wilson with that early edge to start. And then LeBlanc able to coast to the finish line. So it's LeBlanc and Wilson making it a High Point 1-2 finish. And there's On, who breaks up a possible podium sweep in the 1,500-meter men's decathlon as On gets in between Wilson and Reeves. But still, Mike, it's 3 Panthers in the top 4 for High Point, which is big considering the Panthers, before we started this race, had a 3-point edge over USC Upstate on the total leaderboard.
And here is the pass coming from LeBlanc as he moves past Graham and Wilson here.
We're back on ESPN Plus. You can get social with the Big South. Join the always growing network of Big South fans on Instagram, Facebook, X, and more. You can keep up with the latest news or interact with the league and its fans. Follow, watch, like, and share with the Big South Conference. Okay, we're back, and we continue along our Day 2 coverage here on ESPN Plus. Here's a look just moments ago, some of our other action at. We've already seen events going on, and we kind of look now as we get set for the men's 400 meter. They're getting actually set right now. And here's a look back at shot put, men's shot put from moments ago, the winning effort on the shot put side of things. Shot put, the win there. You saw it and heard it moments ago as coming out on top was Van Niekert. That was the shot put that gave him a meet record, a Big South record, and you saw it and heard it there. Season best mark in this group, Mike, Kelly Bell, 47.84. Next closest challenger to him, Shane King of Winthrop, at a mark of 49.31. Off in the men's 400 meter, this is heat 1. Early edge to Kelly Bell. It's an impressive speed in his season best mark, a personal best for Bell of 47.84, which he set this season. King in the same spot, 49.31 was his season best and personal best. And right now it's those top two, Bell and King respectively, with 2 UNC Asheville challengers as June and Wright trying to overtake King for second.
It is very tough being on that outside corner. Great job from Bell to captivate it.
Bell trying to hold off the challenger King. King trying to get there. It's a battle between the two fastest in this 400-meter event. We knew they both had speed coming in. Bell able to win it over King by 1/100th of a second. Now that, Mike Guerriere, is a close finish. That's about as close as you can get. Owens gets lane 3, Macklin lane 4 for Longwood, Givens and Walston lanes 5 and 6 respectively, Britt in lane 7, Mark Betts for Longwood in lane 8. Heat 2 of the men's 400-meter is going now.
Men's 400-meter. Lane 3, Christopher Owens, Asheville. 4, Logan Macklin, Longwood.
The
5,
edge to
Jordan
start
Givens,
goes to
upstate.
Aiden
6,
Britt.
Khalif Walton, upstate. 7, Aiden Britt, High Point. 8, Mark Betts from Longwood.
Challenge for second right now. Walston is holding second with some pressure from his USC Upstate teammate Jordan Givens. Right now it's the lead for Britt of High Point and 2 Spartan challengers trying to put speed on out of 4. Britt's trying to take this home. Britt's going to do it. Aiden Britt for High Point wins the men's 400-meter second heat.
Aiden Britt.
Aiden Britt from the jump had a tremendous start right off the line.
This is one to watch here too, Mike, because Longwood is still scoreless in both categories for men and women. It's been a struggle so far for the Lancers, but they have a possibility to do something in this third heat in the men's 400-meter as they have speed with Aiden Stewart, a season best of 49.52. Also watch Andre Green of USC Upstate. He's 7/100ths behind a season best of 49.59. But Sean Langley Jr. at 47.23 starts in lane 7, and he's been the fastest of these 5 so far this season. A personal best of 46.27, and an early edge here for Langley Jr.
And there was a reason he was our men's runner to watch yesterday. Look at the gap that he has presented himself here. Not taking the foot off the pedal yet as he continues around this turn.
Yeah, Langley Jr. has broken out to a big advantage. It started almost immediately. Challenger in second is Andre Green. He'll challenge and try to hold off an advancing Stewart. It's going to be all Sean Langley Jr. 46.59 is only 3/10 and change off of his personal best. So Langley Jr. trying to back up that 46.27. He got it under 47 easily. A 46.57 for Langley Jr. to hold off Stewart for Longwood, and then Lucas in third. So that's a look at the way things stand right now, working our way through day 2 of the week, and fans continuing to find their spot as well. We mentioned it, temperatures just above 80 degrees and some really great weather conditions with thunderstorms not really in the area. They're around the area, and we haven't heard from them yet. So, again, another look at the start list for the women's 400-meter. And really, the speed in this one, there's no doubt, it's Dylan Core. I mean, she shattered everyone, Mike. 54.73, her season best. Personal best of 54.40. Her next closest competition is almost 3 seconds back with Rychelle Cornelius for Radford. So you would figure in Heat 1 of the women's 400-meter, the initial early edge goes to lane 4 and Dylan Core. Might be the challenger to Coors. We see the start of Heat 1 of the women's 400-meter. Early edge for Cornelius. Jordan Jackson, her Radford teammate, in second, but just now getting passed by Dylan Core of Charleston Southern. So here comes the battle we were talking about as they get into 3. Core's blazing season speed on the way to overtaking Cornelius as Core will gain a slight edge out of 4. This is the proving ground now for Dylan Core. She gathered speed through 3 and 4, and it'll be Core and Cornelius to come through 1-2. Dylan Core wins Heat 1 of the women's 400 meter. It's a sweep of second and third for Jordan Jackson and Cornelius. Not in that order. Cornelius second, Jackson third, as two Highlanders join core on the podium. High Point 2 points in arrears of UNC Asheville. They'll look to see if Hester has more speed today like she had yesterday. First place in the Wake Forest Invitational in mid-April for Hester. So she's trying to show speed again in this one. Heat 2 of the women's 400 meter underway. Right now, Alina Ivanov with the edge.
You see Hester trying to make a final push here. She leads the Big South this season with a time of 53.90 here for the women's 400.
Yeah, Hester able to overtake Cup for Charleston Southern, then Ivanov the leader, and now Hester gaining the edge into the entry and soon to be exit of turn 4 for Hester. Right now just over 40 seconds as she starts to pound her way down the front stretch. Danitra Hester, 50 seconds in the bank, now 53, and Hester will comfortably take this one 54.96
Takes the auto qualifier to the final tomorrow.
to get it over Cup, and then Ivanov in third. And there's the podium for Heat 2 of the women's 400 meter. We're back here on ESPN Plus on this Tuesday afternoon in High Point, North Carolina. It's the 2024 Big South Outdoor Track and Field Championship here from Vert Stadium on a Tuesday that's a bit warmer and everything pretty clear out there, and action on the track as well as we're back. Corey Hodges alongside Mike Guerriere. We're looking back at some events already in this one because we've seen a lot, including hurdles and heats in the women's 400 meter on the men's side as well.
A lot of stellar finishes here today, a lot of smiling faces.
Everyone gets a chance to realign now following the false start from Frank Jr. Can DeMar Harvey continue to back up his 100-meter speed leading up to the championship as we get set for Heat 1 in the men's 100-meter? UNC Asheville, they probably have a lot of eyes on Harvey. They're second from the bottom on the men's scoreboard. Harvey trying to show some speed for UNC Asheville. Harvey trying to catch up to Robinson for a High Point. It's close. It might have been Harvey over Robinson by the smallest of margins. Robinson didn't figure to be a challenger in that one, but he did, and he gave DeMar Harvey everything he wanted. Robinson does get Harvey, 10:39 to 10:41. High Point loving what Olajuwon Robinson showed in that Heat 1 of the men's 100 meter. And that was just 6 days ago. He was 10.48 at the Wake Forest Invitational 100 meter. Dudley trying to also bring that speed right back. Heat 2 of the men's 100 meter underway. And a big charge up front. Dudley trying to take it, trying to back up the speed. And he looks for another sub 11-second effort. He does it at 10:41. So again, it holds true for Darren Dudley, who beats out Javaris Rice and Nicholas Connor at the podium. Again, every time this season, Mike, Dudley's been in a 100-meter event. He's never touched 11 seconds. He's always been under it. Off in Heat 1 of the women's 100 meter. There goes Wallace, pulling ahead. Wallace with the edge, and Destiny Wallace will win it. A mark of 11.71. She goes sub 12 again and wins Heat 1 of the women's 100 meter and was in that top spot from the start. She only got challenged right in the last couple feet of action.
It was pretty even right from the jump within that first 15 meters, going neck and neck.
Ira Smith of USC Upstate, that 11.94. She went just over that mark in the Charlotte Invitational in late April. Off in Heat 2 of the women's 100 meter. Here comes the push from Smith, trying to overtake the nearest competition. It came from the lone Charleston Southern competitor in that heat, Granisha Thomas. And it's Smith who beats out Thomas. Another close one. Call it 2 100ths. The difference. Smith over Thomas, and then Jada Pittman in third. Hercules Tires is the official tire of the Big South Conference. For over 65 years, Hercules Tires has been providing tires with unbeatable quality at an unmatched value. Whatever the vehicle, whatever the terrain, Hercules Tires inviting you to ride on our strength. For a retailer near you, visit HerculesTires.com.